Hello, my name is METİN. This is 149th explanation of my theory. Yes, according to my theory and my formulas, neutron is blocked proton by two entangled electrons, or neutron is blocked hydrogen by one electron. 1. Proton is always inconvenient imbalance situation to make joint axial motion with electron motion form because of its electron-like constituent parts relations. 2. When an electron motion form makes joint motion with proton, if you remember, I say this is proton-bound electron. Here, red line, red circle, proton-bound. Okay. I don't want to confuse your mind now. Proton-bound electron cannot produce and propagate successive waves, but it has still two components. This is, remember, an electron motion form, and it has two components: mass, energy, momentum, etc. components. This direction is c direction, speed of light direction component, mass component or energy component. Here, linear velocity component at 1,884,000 km per second, 6.28 fold of speed of light, greater than the speed of light. Remember from my former videos. I'm sorry. Wait a moment. Yes, it's not important. Proton-bound electron cannot produce and propagate successive waves, but it has still c direction mass, energy, etc. component. It is still capable of enlarging shrinking by the effects of free electron motion forms, successive waves. Remember from my former videos. Proton-bound electron motion form, in spite of bounding to proton, it has still c direction mass, energy, etc. component. It is still capable of enlarging and shrinking and producing single wave pulse, light pulse. Yes. By the effects of free electron motion forms, successive waves. And it has still linear velocity direction component, mass or frequency or energy, okay? Therefore, we can discern by our conventional measurement tools the elementary charge or charge. We can discern. But remember from my former videos, in fact, there is no electric charge. Elementary charge is two components ratio, constant ratio, unitless ratio, remember. Unitless constant ratio. But now, it is not important. Like this, remember. I advise you to watch my former videos step by step. Yes. Therefore, we can discern proton-bound for proton-bound electron or for proton or free electron motion form. We can discern by our conventional measurement tools the charge. We can discern. But don't forget, elementary charge, E, is in fact a unitless ratio between these two components concepts. Mainly C divided by linear velocity of electron motion form, 1,884,000 km per second is equal to 0.159 unitless. Okay, this is E. Okay. Now, therefore we can discern by our conventional measurement tools the charge. But don't forget, elementary charge is in fact a unitless ratio between these two components concepts. Okay. 3. What are blocked? Protons constituent electron motion form like parts, C components, blocked, and protons constituent electron motion form like parts, constituent parts, C components, and linear velocity Vg components blocked, and the two entangled electron motion forms C and linear velocity Vg components blocked by themselves. From now on, there are neither successive waves producing and propagating continuous spectrum, nor enlarging, shrinking, then single wave pulse producing and pushing characteristic lines, absorption, emission. From now on, there are no successive wave production and there are no single wave pulse production. There is no light production, light propagation from now, blocked. Two entangled electron motion form blocked. Their C components and linear velocity components each other, C components and linear velocity components. they blocked themselves, and proton. They blocked proton C component and linear velocity component, mass, energy, etc. Okay, like this, like this. Say this is proton, okay, and this is electron motion form. Joint cycle, okay, and here another electron coming. Now this is one electron, this is proton-bound electron. These two electrons, this one and this one, now entangled in meta-sensation perception matter. From now on, there is no producing light, and from now on, there is no C component and linear velocity component, mass, energy, etc. Locked. This is neutron. Okay. Now, thus, two components constant E, elementary charge, not elementary charge. I say E, I denote by E two component constant that I put forth. Okay, thus two components constant E is equal to 0.159. Okay. Thus two components constant E is hidden. So, in accepted physics conventional measurement system, hidden or blocked E seems as there is zero charge. Okay. With our spontaneous, unconsciously produced measurement tools, accepted physics theories don't see any charge. Don't see two components constant. They cannot discern now. When this entanglement neutron dissolves, one of two electrons will thrown from here at superluminal velocity. Remember, according to me, electrons can exceed speed of light, and when they do this, they becomes neutrino. Neutrino is faster than light electron, and the other electron will thrown at smaller than speed of light. Now, two electrons and proton are free. Beta decay? Yes. Here, two electrons entanglement has nothing to do with quantum entanglement. There is no action at a distance according to my theory and my formula. This white page is meta-sensation, perception, matter, plenum, fullness, and here it's intrinsic motion forms that I show you to put limits. But inside of meta-sensation, perception, matter, there are no different particles limits. These are not particles. These are motion forms of intrinsic motion forms of circular, regular, repetitive, perpetual, mainly perpetual motion forms of meta-sensation, perception, matter. In this evening, intuitively, I guess I have told you something about